Hello horror movie lovers, I'm Trenton and I love movies just like you, obviously. So I watched MIDSOMMAR because it's midsummer at the time of this video coming out, hopefully. My expectations were high. I've seen this movie plenty of times before and loved it every single time, but it's summer, so why not watch it again? But did the movie meet my expectations? Yes, of course it did. I swear, Ari Aster never misses. He's allergic to it. He's allergic to missing.
Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Several friends traveled to Sweden to study as anthropologists at a summer festival that's held every 90 years in a remote hometown of one of them. What begins as a dream vacation in a place where the sun never sets gradually turned into a dark nightmare as the mysterious inhabitants invite them to participate in their disturbing festive activities. The first half of this video will be spoiler free, then the last half will contain spoilers. Don't worry, I will give you a warning before we enter spoiler territory. The characters were all insufferable besides Danny. This movie made majority, if not all the men, the biggest pieces of shit imaginable, like borderline comically insufferable pieces of shit. Danny, on the other hand, I loved and felt so bad for what she had to go through at the start of the film. Like, how do you possibly go on after experiencing something like that? Couldn't be me, that's for sure. The story is simple and straightforward. A group of friends go to a Swedish festival that just so happens to have ulterior motives. I love the story. I don't even know what else to say in regards to it. I just love it. The writing is pretty great. Everything that takes place in the movie happens for a reason, mainly if someone directly or indirectly disrespects these people's culture, which makes the fate of certain characters pretty satisfying. The dynamics between the characters are also very convincing and realistic. They were so inconsiderate of Danny and her feelings to the point where you just wanted pretty much all of them to die. Thankfully, I've never had to be in the presence of a friend group like this in real life because I would literally go insane. Also, I loved the foreshadowing that was sprinkled throughout the movie. I love me some foreshadowing. The cinematography is pretty great. The movie is perfect from a technical standpoint. Majority of the movie takes place during the day, which is a subversion to the horror genre, and the camera work at times was sleek and subtle yet pretty effective. I loved it. The effects are pretty great as well. I loved the set design and artwork at the festival. Very strange indeed, but I liked it. When it came to the gore, it was very similar to Hereditary, to where there's not a lot of it, but when it does come on screen, it looks gnarly, realistic, and very shocking, unsettling, and effective. The movie deals with dark subject matter like grief and poor mental health, which is pretty ironic due to the fact that like 99% of the movie takes place during the day while tackling these themes. The movie literally starts off with such a heartbreaking up revelation that gets me every single time. Makes my heart drop to my feet and looms over the entire movie, yet it's so sunny and happy at this festival, which makes the emotions contrast each other in such a conflicting, anxiety-inducing way. Plus, there's still horrific events happening all around. It's just so damn effective. The pacing is also pretty great. The movie's over 2 hours and I never feel it. The movie starts off strong and maintains it from start to finish, at least for me, making the movie breeze by like crazy. The life lesson that I learned after watching MIDSOMMAR was that you should never travel. Stay inside and rot in bed. Overall, I love this movie so much. Everything about it is great and I simply can't think of a single negative thing to say about it. I'm gonna give MIDSOMMAR a 10 out of 10. We are now entering spoiler territory. If you haven't seen MIDSOMMAR, watch it, then come back to the video, or if you simply don't care about spoilers, keep on watching. In this portion of the video, I break down the movie, go more in depth with my likes and dislikes, as well as my favorite scene, favorite kill, and least favorite kill. Again, we are now entering spoiler territory. Please don't mind my pronunciation of certain Swedish words. American student Danny is left deeply traumatized after her bipolar sister Terry kills their parents and herself via carbon monoxide poisoning. The incident further strains Danny's relationship with her increasingly distant boyfriend, a fellow student named Christian, who, with his friends Mark and Josh, have been invited by their Swedish friend Pelle to attend a midsummer festival at his ancestral commune in the rural Hälsingland region of Sweden. The festival occurs only once every 90 years. Josh, who is writing his thesis on European midsummer festivities, regards it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Christian had not discussed the trip with Danny as he intended to break up with her before before her family tragedy happened, but he reluctantly invites her along after an argument. Upon arrival at the commune, they meet Simon and Connie, a British couple who were invited by Pele's commune brother Ingmar, who offers the group psychedelic mushrooms, causing Danny to have a bad trip and hallucinate about her dead family. The day after their arrival, the group witnesses an Atastupa ceremony, where two elders commit by jumping off a cliff onto the rocks below. When one of the elders survives the fall, the commune members mimic his wails of pain before crushing his head with a mallet. Commune elder Siv attempts to calm Connie and Simon by explaining that every community member does this at the age of 72, and it is considered a great honor. Christian also decides to write his thesis on the Hjarga commune, irritating Josh by plagiarizing his idea. Disturbed by the ceremonies, Danny attempts to leave, but Pele convinces her to stay. He explains that he too was orphaned after his parents perished in a fire, and the commune became his new family. Connie and Simon demand to leave and are supposedly driven to a nearby train station individually. During his thesis research, Christian is told that outsiders are sometimes brought into the commune for mating purposes to avoid incest. He is encouraged to participate but refuses. After unwittingly urinating on a sacred tree, Mark is lured away from the group by one of the female commune members and murdered in the woods. That night, Josh sneaks out of bed to take illicit photographs of the commune's sacred text. He is caught and distracted by a man wearing Mark's skinned face and is then bludgeoned to death with a mallet and dragged away. The following day, both Danny and Christian are separately pressured into drinking a hallucinogenic tea. Danny wins a maypole dancing competition and is crowned May Queen. Christian is drugged and participates in a sex ritual designed to impregnate Maha, a young member of the Hjarga, while older nude female members watch and mimic Maha's moans. Danny witnesses the ritual and, believing that Christian is cheating on her, experiences a panic attack. She is surrounded by the commune women, who empathize with her by mimicking her cries of despair. After the ritual, a naked Christian attempts to flee. He discovers Josh's severed leg planted in a flower bed and Simon, barely alive, on display in a barn, having been made into a blood eagle. An elder then blows an incapacitating powder in Christian's face, paralyzing him. For the final ceremony, the commune leaders explain that the commune must offer 9 human sacrifices to purge it of evil. The first 4 victims, Mark, Josh, Simon, and Connie, were outsiders lured to them by Pele and Ingmar, while the next 4 victims, the 2 Atastupa elders, plus volunteers Ingmar and Ulf, are from the commune. As the May Queen, Danny must choose either Christian or a randomly selected commune member as the final sacrifice. She chooses Christian, who is stuffed into a disemboweled brown bear's body and placed in a triangular wooden temple alongside the other sacrifices, who are administered an extract of yew to reduce their fear. As the commune prays, the temple is set alight, while Christian remains paralyzed as he burns. The other sacrifices begin screaming in agony and terror as they're set on fire, with the extract being useless. The commune members mimic the screams. Danny initially sobs in horror and grief, but ultimately smiles when the temple collapses. Then the movie ends. I like the ending. All Danny's acquaintances are dead, the cult fully brainwashed her boyfriend is just burning alive in a bear suit in front of her while she's covered in flowers with a hopeful grin on her face. Like, that is such a beautiful and wholesome love story that we all need to take notes on for future relationships. My favorite scene would have to be the opening of the movie with the viewer and Danny finding out that her sister killed their parents, then herself, which I know is pretty messed up to say, but it's just such an unsettling and effective opening that sticks with you, and I value that so much. My least favorite scene would have to be all the scenes with Christian being a bad boyfriend. He was really pissing me off. Like, how are you that inconsiderate of your partner? Couldn't be me. I'm stuck between Danny's sister, Mark's, or the lady that jumped off the cliff face first being my favorite kill, which is pretty surprising due to the fact that 2 of those deaths are off screen and just aftermaths, but they're all so damn unsettling. Like, holy shit. But I'm gonna have to go with Danny's sister. Like, come on now, that is so unsettling up and just sticks with you. The guy wearing Mark's skin and the glimpse of the lady's face being absolutely obliterated by that rock are both extremely effective and definitely stick with you as well, but it's the context and details behind Danny's sister's death that make it more effective in my opinion. My least favorite kill would have to be Connie's death. It was completely off screen. You can hear her scream in the distance during one of the scenes, which was a nice touch and an effective detail that not everybody will notice, which I love. But her death is still off screen and the viewer doesn't even know how she died. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos from me, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Alright, horror movie lovers, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.